If you want to live centrally located, but the city feels just a little bit too confined for you, if you want to be close to shopping and restaurants, but you still want to live in a bigger home with a larger backyard, then Brookfield is probably on top of your list. So today we're going to take a look at two incredible neighborhoods, Brookfield and Elm Grove, both on the west side of Milwaukee, both very family friendly with fantastic school districts. We got a lot of ground to cover, so let's get started right now. Brookfield was my first home when I moved to Milwaukee, and it always has been one of my favorites. First of all, there are a lot of really nice homes to choose from in the Brookfield area, and they usually come with a really good sized backyard and plenty of greenery and mature trees. I think having a little extra elbow room in your backyard is nice. For example, when you're having a barbecue on your patio and you really don't want to participate in your neighbor's dinner conversation, it's good to have a little privacy from a big enough backyard. Second, you also live right next to what I would say is probably Milwaukee's best shopping area. The corridor along Bluemont Road has always been a shopping mile and has seen quite a bit of new developments recently. It hosts now two of the largest shopping malls in the area with their own movieplexes, restaurants, bars, and a lot of entertainment. And along Bluemont you also have a lot of specialty retail stores, all kinds of service providers, banks, even car dealerships, and of course lots of more restaurants covering everything from a quick sandwich to fine dining. Another practical consideration is the central location within the Milwaukee metro area and the quick freeway access, which allows you to get downtown or to the airport really fast. So let's take a quick look on the map and get you orientated. Alright, let's take a quick look at the map. So we have Brookfield here in the middle, with Elm Grove being here in this little pocket. And as you can see, we're just outside of the urban area of Milwaukee downtown here on the lakefront. And the reason why I chose the satellite view is because you can see very easily the difference between the more suburban Brookfield and the more urban parts of Milwaukee. So Brookfield is a lot greener, the lot sizes are larger, you have more trees and green spaces between the houses. The only part that is a little bit more built out is down here, the corridor along Bluemont Road, which is where all the major shopping malls, restaurants, hotels, retail shopping is all located down here. So everything else is pretty suburban. Let me just show you quickly how that looks like for commuting. I'll switch over here to a road map. And you can see we have I-94 coming in here from Madison, going through Brookfield and connecting it to downtown Milwaukee. This is about 6 or 7 miles, so it's a very easy and quick drive. And I will put a time lapse at the end of this video if you want to see how this drive actually looks like. If you're more on the northern part of Brookfield, then you can easily hop here on Capitol Drive and make it over here to another freeway, I-41, which gets you down here to the Sioux interchange. So Milwaukee in general is very easy to get around. People say it's a 20-minute city. You can go from anywhere to anywhere in 20 minutes. And Brookfield is suburban, but still very centrally located. So this combination of proximity to shopping and dining combined with a central location and the generous suburban lifestyle gives Brookfield a pretty unique position in the Milwaukee metro area. Yes, there are also a few other areas that offer nice suburban living, but typically you're a bit more remote and you have to drive quite a little further to run errands or to go out for dinner. Brookfield and Elm Grove have also really excellent school districts, which makes it also one of the top-rated neighborhoods for families. Another random piece of information. So there were just a couple deer passing through here behind me. So we do have city deer here in Brookfield, and while they stay hidden during the day, you definitely want to drive careful in the evening. So speaking of random information, if you have questions about Milwaukee, a lot of people are reaching out to me after watching one of my videos with all sorts of random questions, and I'm happy to answer them. So if there's anything you want to know about Milwaukee neighborhoods, definitely reach out to me, email, text message, phone number, whatever works best for you. I'm happy answering all questions about Milwaukee real estate. That's why I'm making all these videos. Let's talk about the weather, or maybe I should say about the microclimate, because Brookfield is located a bit further inland and away from the colder Lake Michigan. It does get warmer a couple of weeks sooner every year in spring. This is very noticeable when the trees at my house in Mequon, close by the lake, are still barren and the lawn is still brown. Coming over here to Brookfield, the grass is already green and the trees are already growing their first leaves. But on the flip side, when it's hot in the summer, people say it's cooler by the lake and therefore Brookfield can be a little bit warmer. I'll talk more about the pros and cons of Brookfield at the end of this video. A little about the history. Brookfield and Elm Grove really started taking off in the 1960s when automobiles became widely available, which enabled regular people to build a house in the suburbs. They no longer had to live close to where they were working. So it's no surprise that a large amount of houses in Brookfield date back to the 1960s and 1970s. But Brookfield did not stop growing and it saw a lot of new construction also in the 1990s as well as in recent years. And over time, homes became also bigger and with that a little bit more expensive. So depending on budget and preference, you can choose accordingly. To give you a little better idea of home prices, the lion's share of homes sold this year, about 3/4 of all sales, were between $300,000 and $500,000. They are typically older and in need of at least some cosmetic updates. The other 25% are new construction or newer homes. They're typically larger and also more expensive, most of them between $500,000 and $800,000. And of course, you can go higher, especially in Elm Grove. The large gap in price between the older and the newer homes makes Brookfield one of the neighborhoods where buying an older home and investing money into a total remodel can actually make financial sense with the right property. As most of my subscribers know, I have a background in house flipping, so if you want to know how much it would cost to complete a particular project, maybe a kitchen remodel or an entire house, just let me know. I can usually give you a pretty good ballpark idea about your budget range. By the way, Brookfield is not only single-family homes, there is a fair amount of low-rise condos. So if taking care of a yard is not your favorite thing to do on a weekend, a condo might be a good option to look into. And if remodeling an older home seems like too much time and trouble, you can also opt for new construction. Buildable lots sell currently starting at about $200,000. But good land is very short in supply. There are currently only a small number of infill lots available. Building a home on raw land can be a fantastic project, but one should not underestimate the time and energy that it can take. For more information on this topic, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Let's talk about Elm Grove. Elm Grove is a very small and exclusive community. It has preserved its small village feel, and the narrow roads through the woods can make you forget that you are so close to the city. With the exclusivity, of course, also come higher home prices. Several well-known Milwaukee families maintain beautiful residences in Elm Grove. However, if you're lucky enough to purchase one of the more modest homes, in between you also have access to the top-rated Elm Grove school system. Another nice perk of living in Brookfield is also the proximity to what we call here Lake Country, a collection of small and nice inland lakes just west of Milwaukee. And even if you don't own a home on the lakes, there are always plenty of opportunities for swimming, boating, kayaking, or just hanging out on the beach, like here on Lake Pewaukee, which is just a short drive outside of Brookfield. If you want to go for a swim in Brookfield, I would recommend Fox Brook Park, which is a roughly 200-acre park, and it has a man-made lake with the sandy beach. The lake was formed as a result of a gravel pit, and it has very clear water. It's approximately 30 feet deep and it's great for swimming and even for scuba diving. The area west of Brookfield is also a little bit more hilly. Generally, the further west you go in Wisconsin, you get to the parts of the state that have not been flattened by the glaciers. So not far from Brookfield, you have a number of state parks which are great for a casual afternoon walk, for example in Lapham Peak. If you want to make it a day trip, my personal recommendation is Devil's Lake, which features some absolutely stunning bluffs and great views down on the lake. So why would you not want to live in Brookfield? I'm really hard pressed to come up with some negative points. Home prices are probably the first. The median home price is about twice of what it is in the city of Milwaukee. But in fairness, homes in Brookfield are also generally much larger and lot sizes are much bigger. So in a way, you're getting your money's worth. Another reason would be there are not many parts of Brookfield where you can walk to a grocery store or to a coffee shop. If you're looking for a more urban lifestyle, then maybe some of the North Shore communities or Wauwatosa might be worth a look. You will find videos about those neighborhoods on my channel, but all in all, Brookfield is a pretty interesting option if you're looking for a suburban lifestyle. If you're not familiar with Milwaukee and you're thinking about relocating here, I definitely recommend our free relocation guide. It's 40 pages of very densely packed information about everything that you want to know about the greater Milwaukee area. It's based on all the questions that we typically get from relocation clients, and we try to answer all of them in this relocation guide. And you can download it for free on our website, onpointrg.com. And finally, let's take a look at the full drive from Brookfield to downtown Milwaukee. While we're doing this, I would love to hear your thoughts and comments on living in Brookfield. If you live here, what are the things that you like? What are the things that you don't like? And if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section below as well. I usually try to answer them personally and within 24 hours. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.